Hi, Russ here, Russ Busey Music. I had a request actually from my cousin Steve. Hi, Steve. Had a request to do some James Taylor. So I'm going to do some James Taylor. Sort of one of his standard songs would be Fire and Rain. He was awesome, is awesome. Turns out he's still alive. He is awesome, and he has his own style of fingerstyle guitar. So at the end of this video, if you guys are just guitar geeks or whatever and you want to hear why I like this particular song, I'm going to talk a little bit about his style of fingerstyle playing and what he does on this song. Otherwise, you can just turn it off at the end of the song. All right? Yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Susan, the plans we made put it into you. Walked out this morning and I wrote down this song. Just can't remember who to send it to. And I've seen fire and I've seen rain, seen sunny days that I thought would never end, seen lonely times where I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Won't you look down on me, Jesus? Gotta help me make a stand. Just gotta see me through another day. My body is aching and my time is at hand. I won't make it any other way. And I've seen fire and I've seen rain, seen sunny days that I thought would never end, seen lonely times where I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Been walking my mind to an easy time, back turns towards the sun. Lord knows the cool wind blows, it'll turn your head around. The hours of time on the telephone line, thinking about things to come, sweet dreams and flying machines and pieces on the ground. And I've seen fire and I've seen rain, seen sunny days that I thought would never end, seen lonely times where I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Thought I'd see you, fire and rain. Just a few things coming my way this time again. Thought I'd see you, fire and rain. Hi, thanks for sitting through the James Taylor song. So if you're still here, you're either a guitar player, and if you're not, you'll have to bear with us guitar players, okay? So hang in there. All right, so we're going to talk about James Taylor's guitar style. You can't talk about James Taylor's guitar style without talking about fingerstyle guitar. The original fingerstyle guitar would be classical guitar, right? The nylon string classical guitar that you never strum. But past that, there was a guy named Merle Travis who came along, and he played a style where his thumb plays this thing. So what it 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And I'm going to get kind of technical for a second here, but Our low strings on the guitar, the heavier strings, are bass strings. If we play those strings with our thumb, as you can look at my thumb, this is where the musculature in our hand is. And so our opposable thumbs have all the musculature, and that is bringing the rhythm to the music. So think of our thumb, if you're a piano player, think of our thumb as the left hand on a piano. Think of our fingers on the right hand of a piano. They don't just play a chord, boom, chink, and play a block chord. So we have to find a way to make it interesting. Merle Travis did it by doing this. But he only used his index finger. Then Chet comes along. And if you listen to that, so he got all this stuff by 1 and 2, 1, 2 and 3 and 4, and 1, 2 and 3 and 4, and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. So my thumb is always on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then your fingers do the ands. 1, 2 and 3 and 4, and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Well, that's fine, but if you play one chord that way, it's 1, 2 and 3 and 4, and it just sounds like the chord. So I'm going to get more into what James Taylor did on this, and there was an evolution of folk guitar players who had picked up some of the Merle Travis and the Chet Atkins, and it became a thing in the 60s. Stephen Stills, in our YouTube channel, Dan's the one that always films this, huge Stephen Stills fan, and Stephen Stills is amazing, and we'll maybe Treetop Flyer, I don't know, we'll do something by him pretty soon. He uses, we'll on the one we cover open tunings, we'll do that one, okay? So you guys hang with me for that. But anyway, so for James Taylor, the thing about some of those songs are, it's not like they're jazz songs and they have, they don't have 6,000 chords in them. So we have to make each chord that he plays in a 3 or 4 chord song interesting. The thing that I like about him is this. So I'm playing a D chord, right? So instead of sitting on a static chord, you can only do that for so long, right? Well, James Taylor figured out a way to rhythmically and pitch-wise make it interesting. So not only does he play that note in a D chord, but he makes you wait for it to be that. And this is the tension, release. And that's what makes all this stuff interesting, is the tension and the release. So as you look at some of the things that he does, like so all of those little tensions and releases that James Taylor put on there are what creates the magic that makes that whole song come together. Otherwise, it would sound like 3 chords, 4 chords coming into a song. One other kind of striking thing about the way he plays is, like, if you listen to the end of that song, thought I'd see you, fire and rain. He morphs finger picking and sometimes strumming into it, the same song, which makes it, because he's not putting a guitar clinic on for a bunch of you guys that like guitar. He's just playing pop songs for people. So he's going to do whatever makes the songs works. So if you're a guitar player, remember that. This is not about the technique. I mean, I'm sort of a technique geek, but it's not about the technique to the people who are listening to us. If you're playing to a bunch of guitar players, early in my career, I played to other guitar players because they were guitar geeks and they're watching my hands. But as we just play music to people, we just have to make it sound good. So as you guys are guitar players, that's what I want you to think about. I want you to think, I want to do cool stuff, but it needs to sound good to somebody who doesn't play guitar. That's in all things guitar. One of the things I'm kind of known for in playing in rock bands through Indianapolis in the last 25 years. I sort of play all these jazzy lines over rock songs or whatever. But if I just play jazz to people, what's the old joke? Blues musicians play 5 notes to 1,000 people, and jazz musicians play 1,000 notes to 5 people, right? So, that's the secret. James Taylor takes this beautiful, crazy, giant technique, puts it into tensions and releases, and he'll take a D chord, an A chord, a G chord. So he does all of that stuff. Now, if you guys like that kind of stuff, I'm going to do, you can look at the Russ Busey Music webpage and do that. If you watch this anytime soon, we're still working on that, but we'll have that up there. I'm going to cover some series. I'm going to start writing articles in there, and as we go along, I'm going to start writing articles and stuff in there. But you can check it anytime because I think it's actually online, but just don't expect very much from it. But we're getting that there, and James Taylor, listen to his songs and watch his right hand and watch what he does with his techniques in there. Watch some of his, especially his live videos, and it's never the same twice. It's never the same twice. He does a lot of really cool stuff. So that's why I like James Taylor. He's a huge influence on me throughout my guitar playing career. And I tell you one quick anecdotal thing. I watched him do a thing, and one of the guys, he was doing like a guitar workshop. One of the guys said, "That's not how you played it on there." And he goes, "It was 25 years ago. If I was as good as I am now, I would have done that then." See you soon.